This is basically a stick figure where we have a stick figure doing a static lunge, right? So this is the front leg that has been extended, and this is the back leg, and this is the knee joint, and this is the knee joint, and this is the dumbbells. Basically, he's holding the dumbbells, and now let's just discuss what all is the external forces this stick figure is facing. So number one force will be the one from the dumbbell, the weight of the dumbbell, which is this, and its direction will be like this, right? Another force, it will be the normal reaction, like this, right? Now, let's first discuss on the hip joint, right? What is happening in the hip joint is that this force, this line of force is passing through the hip joint, so the moment arm will be almost zero, right? It will be very negligible. But this normal reaction does has some moment arm like this much, right? So this will be having some kind of resistance, some resistance due to this moment arm, right? So there is some resistance even in this position when the knee is flexed due to the normal reaction. Okay, so now let's discuss what's happening on the knee joint. So for the knee joint, the ground reaction has this much amount of momentum, right? So there is resistance faced by the knee joint due to the ground reaction and as well as the dumbbell. So the dumbbell has the biggest, uh, like the momentum will be from here till here. So in this will be mostly a, what do you say, a quad dominant, quad dominant static lunge, right? Now if we perform this exercise like this, right? So in here, what the stick figure is trying to do is, if you notice, like this this leg, the I don't know, I don't remember the name of the bone now, but this is particularly perpendicular to the ground, and the knee is not, you know, passing ahead from the ankle, right? And the person is leaning a bit ahead, and this is how you can basically compare these two, you can say, right? So first let's discuss the resistance on the knee joint, right? So the ground reaction force is passing through the knee joint, so there is no movement arm, so there will be no resistance, right? But due to dumbbell, there will be some amount of what do you say, resistance, because there is some momentum, like from here till here, right? So what about the hip joint? The hip joint will first of all will experience resistance from this force of the dumbbell, which will be the momentum will be from here till here, right? This will be the momentum, and from the ground reaction, the momentum will be the, like, the largest, right? So this will be basically what do you call a glute dominant static lunge. So the only difference between like making a lunge or a Bulgarian split squat quad dominant is mostly dependent on flexing the knee as much as we can and basically keeping the dumbbells near our hip joint. So the distance increases and the momentum increases, right? So the biggest factor in making a lunge more core dominant is flexing the knee as much as we can. To make a lunge or a Bulgarian split squat glute dominant, we have to lean a bit ahead. Why? So that we can increase the moment arm from this dumbbell to our hip, which will provide some resistance. And we also have to keep in mind that we uh, keep this leg perpendicular to the ground so that we experience least amount of resistance on the knee, but we experience and we even keep it like further from the hip joint, so we experience more resistance at the hip joint, right? Even though like performing it like with a 90-degree angle is like not, I would say, practical. There will always be some degree of movement arm at the knee joint, but this is just an explanation. Now I also wanted to share with you that there's one more, yeah, variation. So this guy is the knees over toes guy. So what he basically preaches is that knees are over his toes. So if you observe, the dumbbells are like really, really close. I would even say it's backwards from the hip joint, right? And the dumbbells are the farthest from his knee joint, right? So the resistance will be so high. Now, even the normal reaction force is so close with his hip joint that that also will, the momentum will be almost negligible, and the resistance will, in turn, will be almost negligible. And as you can see, the distance between his foot and knee is like quite a lot. So the normal reaction will also be contributing a lot to the torque experience, to the resistance experience in the knee joint. So this is like, I would say, highly odd dominant, right? Uh, I think that's pretty much it. So these were basically just like a Bulgarian split shots only. But I doubt if one can even perform like having a bench and going into this much knee flexion. And you may also observe that he has kept a wedge under his foot. This is just because the mobility of the ankle would not, like, if the foot was placed like just on the ground basically without a wedge, he will find it like very difficult to go into this much knee flexion. That is why this wedge is kept, and even we keep this wedge on a squat. So this is the explanation.